Hey, welcome to Tech Tips with me, Jacob. Today we have something quite nice and fun to do. We have tiny lights. We have the Zhiyun Molus 60 watt, which is called G60, and we have the Amaran 60X. Both small lights, both very travel friendly and very strong, I was going to say, but they're both 60 watts. So they're as strong as 60 watts will get you. All right, we're going to do some tests. We're going to go through with their own reflectors, and we're going to go with the same softbox. We're going to go through the different colorations from 32 to 6500 Kelvin, which they both do. They have the same range. We're going to talk a little bit of the power and what you get for the money. So let's get started then, all right? So first of all, as you can see, the size is obvious. The Amaran is slightly bigger than the Molus G60, the G60 and the 60X. So this one weighs 0.7 pounds and this one weighs 1.42, I think, if to be very specific. So that is what you get for the actual unit. The pack itself might weigh even more with the bigger power cable and such. Anyways, this is the Pro pack I have on the table right here, and this is the standard pack we have here. So we can start with, actually, a very interesting thing we noticed is if I take this cover off, here you go, you see the size of the LED itself. Is that big? It's actually slightly bigger on the G60, the Zhiyun, which makes a difference in one of the tests, and you're going to get to see that soon. We have tested everything beforehand, so I'd actually know the results, which is really interesting. There you go. So this one comes with a tiny reflector. I'm going to pop it on. It's super cute. It can go on in any direction. It makes it a bit tricky. So that's that size one. And this is the hyper reflector from Amaran. There you go. So you see, bigger reflector, but bigger LED. Makes a difference. All right, there you go. They both have the same connector in the bottom. They have a 1/4 inch screw right there, but they have solved the issue with a 1/4 inch screw differently. This little tripod here comes with the Pro kit as well. And if I take it off, you see that's also a 1/4 inch screw. And this arm here is adjustable, which is nice. So you can actually slap this on a regular light stand or any other 1/4 incher and make it work. I actually have a tiny magic arm here from Small Rig, which you can use because it weighs so little. I'm just going to show you that since I have it in my hand. There you go. So you see, this holds the weight without problem. Give me some more cable. So you can put this on anything now. Now you can put this on a door frame, a window frame, it's like a car door or something like that. Just step it on. Of course, it's not the strongest thing. So that's a good thing. I'm going to try it with the Amaran too, just to see what happens. There. Just for fairness sake, testing it on both of them. There you go. It does hold too. You can definitely feel that it's on the edge of what it can handle though. So I wouldn't safely use this on a Small Rig one. So the actual that comes with in the box is one of these 1/4 inch to spigot ones on the Amaran. And this is your standard size for lighting gear and grip and all the other things that are out there. So you just put this in the hole instead. And now we have found if you use an oversized softbox on one of these, you will notice that all of the weight, I'll show you, ends up here, right on this line. So it's all very pushing on the front. And sometimes you have to like wire it to secure the weight to it to something else, just to make sure it doesn't snap. So the Zhiyun people did this a different way. I'll just slap that on real quick. It comes with a bow and attachment, which you put on this here, on the light here, and there you go. So now, as you can see, all the weight is in the center line here on the bracket, not on the actual light, not on this little flimsy thing. So now I can have a bigger softbox or Fresnel lens or something that's safer, because now it also has the attachment for the spigot, your regular light stand connector. So I really like this function, really nice. I really like it. I like it really nice. I like it well. It's good. It's a good solution. And also, if you get confused, inside of here is a little button to unlock it. So, you know, I was stuck with it once. And this upper one here is to unlock the outside of the box. So this is the outside, beep boop, right there. Outside is right there. And the inside one is here in the groove, right there. Good. So that solution I like better. It actually makes it feel safer, at least. And now we're going to talk about power sources, because they both come with the AC/DC adapter plug, like say so. And on the back of the Amaran, it's right here, right there. So what you have for choices with the Amaran, for example, is it comes with a Sony LP battery system. So you can plug it on the V-mount slot on the side. It just clicks in there. And then you just plug that into the power source in the back. So it's quite handy. But again, it puts more weight on the top of the camera once more. You can, like we did, if you have other V-mount batteries with a D-tap, put it there, then you can buy one of these D-tap adapters for the Amaran itself. So you just plug this into the actual V-mount and this into the camera. So fairly simple. So we bought a couple of V-mounts to do that. Only runs it on like, doesn't run it long anyways, so to speak. On this one, on the other hand, it has a USB-C power option as well, which means you can have one of the newer V-mounts that has a USB-C out or a power bank as long as it's 100 watts. If it's less, you won't get the full output of it. So you can still run the lights, but on a reduced intensity if you don't have a good enough power bank. But it's possible. It is possible. There you go. All right. We haven't shown this little dome thing, which is pretty cool. Comes in with the Amaran and it straps on top of the, what do you call it? Reflector, shaper. This gives really nice ambient light. It takes a lot of the intensity away, but it does give a very nice glow to it, so to speak. We're going to send over to a couple of tests. We have tested with the same softbox as front light and just with the included softbox in this kit and the little, I don't have it on the table now, sorry, a little softbox cover that you have on these ones as well. And then we also tested it with an actual aperture softbox. And we also tested the, well, you'll see, we did all of the colors and we did them side by side and see which is brightest, and we did a little meter thing. So I'm sending over to tests so you can see it. All right, so that was some good tests. You could see there is some coloration in the edges of both of the lights. It kind of happens in this price range of lights. You also saw that the Amaran has a very focused hotspot in the center, but the Zhiyun has a very even glow with the reflector itself. So I tend to like the very soft light. You can do a lot with the focused light as well. I believe you can buy this separately and put it on that as well if you want to do, but as the kits stand, I do prefer the little softer one there. Also interesting to see that the softbox, when you had the same softbox on from Aperture, it was brighter from the Zhiyun because of the little bit bigger LED unit itself than the Amaran. Interesting to see, you know, that's how it is. We're going to hop into the actual app compartment now. And Amaran has been around for quite a while, so they have a stable and good app. The Zhiyun one is a little bit in the development phase, I would almost want to say. Or there might be some software updates coming. It keeps disconnecting, but we'll see if it works fine this time. So the ZY Vega is what this one is called for this one. It is not the one for the gimbals. I tried that one first. It didn't work at all for that. All right, so now we're loading lighting settings and trying to connect to the device as well. We're going to see this one doesn't have as many functions on this light particularly. So trying to reconnect it. The Molus G60. There it is, and I should be able to go into it. There you are. Now let's see if this works. Reconnect. So it is a bit wonky at the moment because it wants to reconnect and disconnect all the time. And I don't know if it's going to be a firmware update further down the line or not. Because every time I try to touch it, it gets mad. It worked earlier today for a bit. Oh yeah, see, intensity, brightness goes up and down. And then they disconnected. So I mean, if you have time on your hands, you can sit and do this all day. I'll see if I can lower the brightness and can I change, reconnect again. See what I mean? It's a little bit wonky. And there I changed the temperature. So when it's connected, it works. I don't know what it is that's making it disconnect all the time. If it's my phone, the network, or what have you. But it can do it. At this point, it's doing mainly the standard ones. It has CTT gels. Oh, it did work this time. Nice, but it disconnected. So you have your tungsten lamp with filters to fake that as well. And CTB orange as well, and then disconnects. So, I mean, it disconnects every 5 seconds. All right, let's try to make a new scene. I'm adding a new one. Add fixture, new fixture, okay. Yes, COB 60X, set it up. Setting a fixture. I mean, it doesn't take super long to do this. It's just nice if it stayed the way I set it up the first time. Like 10 minutes ago. Is it this one? That one's reacting. Good. Now you can see the app here. This has a lot of things you can do. You can go quick command to 1/4 and a half size, half intensity. You can quick command to 32, 5,600. Can't even talk anymore. There we go. And it also has the gels. So you can do CTB 1/8, sorry. Full CTB, half CTB, so CTB is blue. You can go straight to daylight. You have your effects here, that is paparazzi, if I play start, then it does that. Have fire, so it does that. So the app is much more stable in the Amaran, because it's Aperture's app, and they've done it for quite a long time. Yeah, so we have different lights that works for this as well. So there you have it. This is the Sidious app, and the other one was the Sid Y Vega. And they work well. Usually you just set them up and you leave them as they are. You don't maybe always fiddle with the apps, but as they are, this is what you get. Anyways, that was the apps. And if you like these kind of videos, guys, just don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, see you guys in the next one.